Kia ora, good afternoon. So, sorry, I've been eating peanuts. So, when I get to Switzerland, I need to be able to, like I was saying before, I need to be able to, I have to, the three things that I have to set up first before I even consider looking for somewhere to turn into the foundation is I need to set up QE2 Games, Fairyland Productions, which will be where we make the movies, but also my TV company will be there as well. I will probably name the TV company something different, but it will be in the same buildings as the production company. And, we'll do all our TV shows there. And one of the TV shows that I want to make is my dating game show, my Spellbound dating show. I also need to set up my IT company, and I need to set up QE2 Games, Fairyland Productions, and North Star IT. The first thing that my games company needs to make straight away is my dating app. There's a couple of other apps that I want to make as well, but the first thing that has to be made is Spellbound, because of the fact that if, and it's a tentative if, because I'm kind of more leaning towards not selling it, but apparently Tinder go and buy up all the dating apps, and they're very hard to say no to. But the trouble I have with selling my dating app is the fact that it uses occult biorhythmics. It uses an occult algorithm that if you're not an alchemist or an occult physicist, and that you're not going to be able to update anything in the app. And there's so many features depending on, there's 4 levels of membership, from free right up to what you would call premium or gold membership. We've got copper, silver, gold, platinum memberships. Copper is free. And then the rest you pay, like a small amount to a larger amount, and depending on how much you pay for the service will depend on what you get on offer. I already know what it's going to look like because I've spent years on this dating app. I've even got letters under my bed where I told my ex about it very early on into our relationship, and even he was like, you got to do it. It's one of the reasons why I was putting him through college, because he was going to be my business manager. But then I changed the algorithm, like everything changed. Even when my ex-husband Chris was helping me put my storyboard together and my presentation, when I was looking to approach app makers in America, because at the time I thought I was going to America, how much it would cost to make, about 1.2 million, is what I was told. Everything's changed. It's all changed. Because I became an occult physicist by that point when I got locked up, and I had to enhance biorhythmic engineering in that. Everything changed. I changed the algorithm. I was able to add more in and bring in other services that I hadn't had when I first started working on it with Martin or even Chris. And Chris knew, they both knew I was onto something good, because Chris wanted to help me get this act done before he then got me locked up. But anyway, it's kind of ironic that I'm not very good at picking men I have relationships with. They all end up, like abusive and all of that, but I'm really good at matchmaking. I always have been very good at matchmaking. And this algorithm is guaranteed to sift out the fool's gold from the real gold. Find that diamond in the rough, which is why the tagline for Spellbound is use magic to find that one of a kind, because it whittles it down to finding your almost perfect match in the 90 plus percentile range of your perfect match. So the first thing I have to make is my dating app. Then I have to get my IT company started, because at the end of it, when I'm making the TV show and when I'm making my gaming chair and getting my food out there, it's all going to be incorporated into the dating app. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep the dating app and not sell it. If I do sell it, I'd be able to build these safe houses for the kids without even having to worry about investors. I wouldn't need investors. But if I do sell it as well, it would have to be on the condition that I had control over how the algorithm changed, and that they wouldn't get the add-ons, because depending on what service you pay for with the dating app depends on what add-ons will come with it, which will eventually lead to the gaming chair, right? So I need my IT company set up pretty quick, because of the servers and all of that, and because I want to be my own internet provider and all of that. My staff will get free internet. When I'm able to do mobile phones and that, they'll get, like, my staff will, and like my businesses and that, free phone, free internet, and then, we can sell it real cheap to the people in the surrounding parts of Switzerland that I live in. But it's primarily for when you're logging into, like, our version of Discord, and when you're using the internet to do things, it's safe and secure. It will be Linux, obviously, because that was one of the things that my ex-best friend taught me, was that Linux is more safe and secure. And I want people to be able to roam the internet without having to worry about being spied on or anything like that. So my IT staff need to be top of the game, which is why I said, with my son doing cyber security and that with the Air Force, he'd be brilliant to run the company. He'd be brilliant for it. He'd be brilliant. He could work there if he wanted, but I'd give him the company. Obviously, they'd be watching over everything to do with computers and uploading and downloading and anything that we put out. North Star IT would be responsible for all of that. They would be my version of the SAS, but for the foundation and our phone and internet security and, ease of use in that. So putting that aside, my dating show. Last year I did some research on, the dating shows that they used to have when I was a kid. And I thought, okay, we'll get a guy and 3 girls out. We'll get a girl and 3 guys out. We'll get a guy and 3 guys out, a girl and 3 girls out. Because, whether you're gay, straight, lesbian, whatever, it's where I'm a dating app that is for traditional people looking for long-term traditional love, dating to marry, as they call it nowadays. This isn't Tinder where it's all about getting a leg over, and putting notches on your bedpost. This is about people with who are looking for love, who have been heartbroken and jaded by bad relationships and that, who maybe didn't have the best role models growing up and that, who just want to settle down with that one person and spend the rest of their life with them. My algorithm whittles that down So what I'm thinking is, see, even though obviously being based in Switzerland, with France and Italy and Germany and that, if there are people that are willing to drive the distance in order to appear on our show, they'll come into the TV station, and we'll have it all set up. We will have our host who needs to be very personable, who's I'm kind of thinking like Steve Harvey, maybe someone who's a natural comedian, someone who knows how to, because they're going to be nervous. They may be potentially about to, I mean, if I've done it right, they're potentially about to meet the love of their life. But it's going to be like speed dating. And the questions that are asked, the questions that the contestants are asked will whittle it down, so you'll move some in, move others out, move some in, move others out. We can maybe do, because I was thinking like how many contestants can we fit in for like a 45-minute, 1 hour show? And I'm thinking we could do at least 3. Ask them a series of questions, and then the ones where like it'd come up on a screen like a red X or a gold X or something, just say doesn't fit the algorithm, so then they have to move back, and then they'll bring the next ones forward, and whoever, where it fits the algorithm, they'll get like a gold tick. Wherever it doesn't fit the algorithm, they'll get like an X, and then that way it whittles it down, but making it fun at the same time. Now, in real life with the dating app, you've got to go through a certain set of protocols in that before you're allowed to physically meet your person. You're not allowed to give out personal details, because the whole point is getting to know each other based on personalities that the algorithm whittles down before you get to meet. And then obviously whoever matches on the game show, because I'm all about promoting my own stuff, like on my TV shows, other than offering free local advertising for all the local businesses and that, we'll be advertising my own businesses. Free advertising for my own businesses. It come down to Callahan's Fish and Chips and come down to the Royal Oak Tree Inn and you'll have a great time and yada blah blah blah. Right? So the prizes will be like we'll pay for you to go on a date, and because I've got like a whole dating service thing already built into my business portfolio, where we will specialise in helping people go on first dates, helping people set up wedding proposals. We will even put on small weddings, because I'll have a catering company anyway. And if anyone on my dating app meets and marries, or on the game show, if they fall in love and get married, we'll put on like a free small wedding for them. Or they can have their honeymoon with us. We can either put on a wedding for them for guests under 30 guests, right? With free catering and entertainment and all of that, or they can choose that, a free wedding, or they can choose to have their honeymoon at the Royal Oak Tree Inn, and we'll have like a honeymoon suite. But I've got like a whole dating thing sorted. It's all there ready to go. So the contestants, when it's narrowed down to, the couple that are eventually going to go out on the date where the algorithm says that, they have like a, what I was thinking is we could have like a live studio audience where locals and all that can come down and watch the show. So it's not a fake laugh track or anything like that. And then maybe like if there's 3, like whittling it down to the final 3 contestants between 70 and 90+% in the algorithm, we would let the audience decide who he goes out on a date, he or she goes out on a date with, or, whittling it down to the 90+ percentile. You have a 90+% chance that you've just met, if you've been honest in your questions and your questionnaires, if you've been honest, you may be about to meet, when we pull the screen back, the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. But with the protocols that you have to follow with the dating app, you do a lot of work on yourself, which is where some of these add-ons come in. While you're waiting to meet the love of your life, there's add-ons that will keep you busy, keep you occupied, keep you supported, keep you healing, keep you working on yourself, allowing you to dump baggage, that sort of thing. Because obviously I'm using the occult here. I'm using the occult algorithms to do all of this. And then if you buy the add-ons, it helps you more. And by the time you're ready to pull back the veil and meet the person that the algorithm says is your perfect match, you've both healed. You've dumped the baggage. There's no baby mama drama, no baby daddy drama. There's no unhealed childhood woundings from, parents divorcing. There's no bruised egos or broken hearts from bitter divorces, that sort of thing. So when you come together, you're both healed. You've done the work on yourselves. So the other one isn't carrying the baggage of all the people that dumped it on you before you entered the new relationship. Because I'm a firm believer in, just because I've had bad marriages, I'm a romantic. I believe in love, and I believe that there's that one perfect person out there for everyone. You just have to find them and use discernment and have some self-respect. Don't be so desperate to be in a relationship, that whole codependent thing, that you'll jump into a relationship with anyone. And that's the mistake I made with my husband, Martin, my last husband. I jumped in way too quick. I just wanted to hurry up and get out of the situation I was in and get my independence, and I think I saw him as the way out, and that's the wrong, like I ignored every red flag, and I learned a lot about my 3 marriages, although God willing it'll be 2, because I can get the last one annulled, so that when I enter the next relationship, there's no baggage, because I'm a firm believer in not tarring other men with the same brush. Don't tar other people with the same brush. Don't hold other men accountable for the mistakes the 3 that I married made. Or women, or whoever you're into. Even not even relationships, but in life. Just because those people screwed you over doesn't mean those people will. So don't treat those people over there like they're going to be exactly the same as the people over there. Everybody is offered a second chance, but first impressions are everything. And if you go into any kind of relationship, whether it's sexuals, romantic, platonic, whatever, business, work, whatever, if you go into it expecting everyone to screw you over, then that's exactly what you're going to manifest. Because you shut people off, you shut people down, you push them away, you put the barriers up, and because you've been jaded and hurt before. So that's making them pay for the mistakes that other people made. Now, if they end up doing the same thing to you, that's not on you. It just means that, everybody deserves to make a good first impression. Everybody deserves that. You have to give people the benefit of the doubt. You have to. If you enter every kind of relationship, if you step into any sort of engagement with another person expecting them to disappoint you and let you down, then that's you having unhealed issues that need to be looked at, because it's unfair to just automatically assume that that person's going to do you wrong as well. And it's got nothing to do with ignoring your intuition. If your intuition is telling you something's off and you feel it in your gut and you have that nagging voice in your head, that's completely different. But if everything's fine and you're putting up boundaries and saying things like, if this happens, if that happens, you're manifesting it. So you have to be careful with how you approach people, because you could be meeting the love of your life. You could be meeting your future business partner. You could be meeting someone who desperately wants to invest in what you're creating. But if you put those walls and barriers up, yeah, but what if he betrays me? What if he lets me down? What if he nicks my stuff? There's protection for those sort of things. Make sure your contracts are ironclad. Don't assume anything. And it's exactly the same thing with love relationships. My algorithm teaches you to listen to your biorhythms, what your body is telling you, how your body is reacting in conjunction with your gut and your thoughts and your dreams and your health. Because trust me when I say, when you are connected to someone who is on the same wavelength as you, you notice it on your body and physical changes. Because when you're on the same wavelengths as someone who is of the same vibration as you, if you're high vibrational, your skin changes, your hair changes, you lose weight because it activates the pineal gland. You sleep better. When you're around the right people, you sleep better. You become healthier, because that master-maker relationship changes the whole world around you. And my algorithm fine-tunes you and your biorhythms to recognize master-maker relationships in comparison to master-manipulator ones. And I'm not being disrespectful when I say this, but for the people who are the statistical probability of the people who sign up for the free service are more than likely only going to be people that are looking for the superficiality of a relationship, the quick fixes, the ones who don't want to work on themselves but don't want to be by themselves, don't want to be alone, just looking for a shag, that sort of thing. As much and all as what I don't want that to have happen, the statistical probability is the people that do sign up for the free service, that's more than likely what they're going to be signing up for. But for the ones who pay for because you've got copper, silver, gold and platinum, so for the ones who sign up for the silver, gold and platinum service, you have a higher chance of finding a more meaningful relationship and absolute guaranteed a bond with the other members. You will absolutely be guaranteed, if all else fails and you decide not to meet anyone who's like less than an 80% percentile, you're going to absolutely be guaranteed to make like pretty much lifelong friends. Most friendships last between 5 and 7 years. But because of your questionnaires, because of how I've set up the algorithm and that, you're going to find your soul tribe there. You're going to find people of the same ilk. You're going to find your flock. So all else fails, you're guaranteed to make incredible new friends. And then you'll be able to meet at our festivals and all of that and have a grand old time. And I've only told you 5% of what I'm putting on at Fire. I haven't made a lot of stuff public because people nick my ideas. So bachelor parties, guys are gonna love my bachelor parties. Wives, future wives, mother-in-laws, all that sort of thing. If their men are coming to Fire for a bachelor party, they're not going to have to worry about a damn thing. They might get drunk. but that's going to be it. They might make fools of themselves, but it's going to be recorded and for family entertainment. But there'll be no strippers, no prostitutes, no hookers, no hooking up, no nothing like that. And the same goes for the women. We're family entertainment, but we're also classy, and it's all about morals and ethics, because people know, as I keep saying, when you come through the gates of my fire, when you walk through my fire, everyone's well aware of the fact that we are there to be examples to the children who will be staying there for their education, on how to conduct yourselves accordingly. And you're absolutely more than welcome to get drunk, but just don't get drunk and naked and streak in front of the kids. And otherwise, my security team are going to be on you like white on rice sort of thing. But, but if you want to get drunk and karaoke and pass out in the street, mazel tov. Respectful drunk. So, but yeah, I've got like a whole dating company set up for first dates, couples that have been married for 80 years. Like, I've got a whole dating thing, enterprise built into that, as well as bachelor parties and hen nights and, that sort of thing, small weddings, that sort of thing. So, and it can be will all be tied into my dating app and this game show. So whoever hosts my game show needs to be someone very personable, someone, like Steve Harvey, but a bit more. What was his name? Chuck Woolery? Was that his name? From that dating show? The Love Game, or what was it called? Is it Chuck Woolery? Where he was personable and funny and could engage with the contestants and the audience, but where it's not all about, because with Steve Harvey, everybody watches for his reactions, because he is pretty much like the one that everybody goes to see, because everybody loves his reaction in that. But if he's more like, I'm sure his name was Chuck Woolery. I'll have to have a look now, and I'll put a link in the description box, or in the very least, Cilla Black. So, yeah, so he's going to have to be someone quite entertaining and personable, who knows how to work a crowd and can talk to the contestants and all of that, but ham it up, and make everybody laugh, because I know that the contestants, like, it's going to be nerve-wracking, because for all you know, the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, the person who's going to bury you, or that you're going to bury, or, that you're going to have kids with, blend your families with, are going to be standing on the other side of that wall. So it's going to be nerve-wracking, because my algorithm is very deep. It's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Precise. So this is why I'm hesitant to sell the dating app to Tinder. My boys said, don't sell it. Don't sell it. Because there's too many things that I've added onto the dating app that if I sell it, Tinder would get. And I don't want to do that. I don't want them to have access to the other things, because then that's them pretty much owning like 10% of my business revenue, my business model. And I would rather give that percentage to investors. So yeah, so as soon as I get to Switzerland, I got to set up QE2 Games, because they're going to make the dating app. I've got to set up North Star IT, because they're going to make sure that everything's safe and secure, and they're going to have to work in the game with the games department anyway, and Fairyland Productions. I know I need a name for my TV company, but it will be in the same area as the production company. I mean, I was just thinking something like North Star IT, North Star TV. So, or Fire TV, maybe Fire TV, I don't know. But it'll be in the same area as my production company anyway. So that's what I've been thinking. My dating app. Something really freaky just happened on my ex too. Remember, was it yesterday? I was talking about how I said I think my parents were walking me to the portal gate to leave the past behind. Something came up on my X feed that was a key to a door where the keyhole was woodlands and that on the other side. And I said, oh, it's almost like I'm passing through the portal. And then the next thing that came up was the moon card of a old, like 1963, I think it said, art design for, in the tarot deck, the moon card. And I said, it's like my moon king. It's like I'm stepping through the portal to have access to my moon king. And the one before that was a rose, a stained glass window with a rose with a crown on top. And remember, I was told that he would be presented. I'd be presented with a rose. He'd be holding a flower. So it's like I'm on the precipice. I think I'm on the brink of meeting my moon king. I'm on the brink of connecting with him. Like I can feel it. It's like all signs are pointing to I'm about to meet the man of my dreams. Like literally, the man I've been looking for since I was 4 or 5 years old. I'm telling you, it's like my parents are saying, get ready, here he comes. He's just through the keyhole. So, yeah, so anyway, I don't know how I'm going to meet him physically because I never leave the flat, but not until I get justice and I know my ex is off the street. But I think I'm about to. I was always told I'd hear his voice before I saw his face. That's what my teacher said. I'd hear him before I saw him. So, yeah, anyway. So that's my date, my game show because, like I said before, we've got the school up and running. While I'm building everything, we can be getting the dating app made, and we can start making the TV shows. So when my IT company are setting up the streaming service and all of that, the server, we can start putting TV shows out. We can make quite a few TV shows at a time. We can be making all of those while I'm out and about, doing my Talent's Got the Idol Factor, looking for talent and kids and, putting it all out there about the school and doing deals with getting contracts sorted to bring the kids into Switzerland and all of that. Looking for acting talent, voice talent, that sort of thing, staff. And also at the same time making my the mystery inside history shows and, my the Eye in the Sky shows. Going to paranormal places and doing what I do, seeing what I see. Like when I was going to the National Trust. But the mysteries inside histories and that is all to do with the unsolved and the unexplained and myths and folklores and urban legends and all of that. So, yeah. So that'd all be going on in the background while I'm drumming up business, so to speak. So, unless God has other ideas. Switzerland it is. So, I'm going to go have some water. Getting a little bit peckish. It's getting exciting. I'll speak to you later. I love you all. Ka kite anō. Mwah.